All right, people. I believe that we are live. Storm Chasers, I believe we're live. Okay. So as you guys are coming in, let me know that you can hear and see me. I see myself. So I'm pretty sure that you can see me, but just let me know that you can hear me and then we can get this popping. We can get this popping because it's been a whole lot of drama. It's been a whole lot of drama going on. As a matter of fact, we got some breaking news. And so I just want to make sure that I let y'all know the breaking news before we break down everything. All right. All right. I think I still got a bit of an echo in here, but we're going to make it work. What's up? What's up, folks? I got my computer here, so I have to kind of like look down, but I see y'all. I know y'all there. Hey, Storm. Yes, we can hear you. Okay, perfect. So today is part 3 of the Steve Harvey saga. All right. The untold story of Steve Harvey. We gave you part 1, then part 2. Today is part 3 so that we can wrap this up in a pretty bow and then we can move on with life. But guess what? It got a little bit more complicated this weekend when I got a phone call from Mary Harvey herself. Oh, yeah. Mary Harvey herself called a nigga, confronted me on the phone, and got me told. But before we get into everything that she told me to get me told, I want to show y'all this breaking news here. Breaking news, breaking news. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like as you come in. Breaking news, breaking news. There we go right there, people. Y'all see it? That's from Mary Harvey's sister that just DM'd me. We've been in communication. And she said, I just had to take my sister Mary. Mary said, I just had to take my sister Mary to the emergency room. And if anything happens to her, I'm blaming you and Essie. Now what me and Essie got to do with Mary going to the emergency room? What me and Essie got to do with Mary telling lies and contradicting herself? What me and Essie got to do with the fact that Essie contacted me? I mean that Mary contacted me, not Essie. Mary contacted me this weekend. I didn't ask for Mary. Mary's done enough interviews and talked enough, and quite honestly, Essie has enough, so many damn audio recordings. We didn't really need to hear nothing else from Mary, to be quite honest. Mary has said it. Mary has said everything. Mary has said everything. All right. So we're going to break it down and get into it. And I keep saying Mary said, because I know she hates when we say that. I know she hates that. She can't stand it. That's okay, though. That's okay. So let's go ahead and put a picture up here. I know y'all ain't forgot what Mary Harvey looks like. It's pretty hard to find a picture of her. But, you know, I mean, there she go with Steve back in the day. The second wife. It is what it is. Okay, so let's get right on into it. Mary called me this weekend, all right? She called me from a private number, and she wanted to let me know that she's seen the videos. She's heard everything that Essie has said and the things that are being said on the internet. And Mary was concerned because she told me that the things that Essie and I have discussed online are impacting people that I'm not even aware of. Mary goes on the phone and she says, are you aware of the possible ramifications of what's been discussed on your show? Are you aware of how many heads that are rolling behind the scenes? And I'm going to be quite honest with you. Was I aware? And not really. Did I give a damn? No, not really. I didn't really give a fuck. And y'all might be saying, Storm, why wouldn't you care? Because there's been a few of y'all to ring my telefono. ¿Cuál es tu teléfono? A lot of y'all have ring my telefono asking me, am I scared? Am I concerned? Do y'all know how many people we have called out on this show? Diddy, Jay-Z, Beyonce. We love Beyonce, but we've called out too. Do y'all know the type of topics we have discussed on this show? Harvey Weinstein, CBS. We talked about all the CBS, the stuff behind the scene. What? Why am I concerned about Steve? No shade to Steve. But of all the shit that's been said about him, why should I be worried? Just let me know. Now, Steve is, of course, welcome to hit the link, and Steve is, of course, welcome to come on the show. But let's get right on into it. So, Mary called me and she said, I just want to let you know that I know you've been talking to Essie, and I thought that Essie was my friend, but apparently me and Essie were never friends. Mary claims that all of those recordings that Essie has of her was recorded without her permission. Mary claims that she had no idea that she was being taped, and she thought that she was just venting to a friend. But Mary went on to say that she regrets doing any interview, and she regrets ever talking to anybody because it didn't help bring her baby home and there was no point. Now, I disagree with that. I don't think that you should regret it because it didn't necessarily bring your baby home. I just think that you should have fought harder for your baby. I think you should have been more focused on your baby. I think you should have been more focused on your baby. And by her baby, we're talking about Wynton. You should have been focused more on Wynton than the money. And things might have turned out a little different. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It's no shade, but that's all I'm saying. So then Mary went on to say, Essie, and the things she have said, 99% of the things that Essie has said are false. That's what she said. 99% of what Essie has said is false. However, as the conversation went on, Mary went on to confirm 99% of what Essie said. So let's get right on into it. Mary was most upset about the fact that Essie and I discussed the Bill Cosby story. Now, what's the Bill Cosby story? It was a story that allegedly that Mary and Steve went to Bill Cosby and Camille Cosby's home, that Mary was offered some wine, that Bill Cosby had the jelly pudding pop, the wop, pop smile, and he took her to the back room and thought he was going to get some action. And she said, hell nah, nigga. And then she left, and she left Steve there with Bill and Camille, only for Steve to allegedly come back home the next day with his drawers stinking and him stinking, smelling like shit. That was a story, allegedly, right? And she says that ain't true. She says that was a figment of Essie's imagination and that's just not how it happened. She said Camille was not even there. Steve and I went to Bill's house by ourselves. She said that Bill never offered me a glass of wine. We just talked. And Steve and I were in such awe that he even knew who we were, and we were just honored to be at his house. Now, let me ask y'all something. What is Bill, Steve, and Mary gonna do alone in a house? Does that even make sense? Does that even make sense? So two niggas and you sat up in the house and talked about what? And then you left your husband there to do what? Because you already admitted that he didn't come home until the next morning. But you said when he came home the next morning, he didn't smell like nothing. He just smelled normal. I just want to know. You tell me. Because Steve and Bill, those are old school men. And actually, back in the day, when men got together, if it was going to be that kind of situation where it was just two men smoking cigars with some whiskey, which is probably what happened. That sounds about right. You feel what I'm saying? Mary would not have even been invited. It just would have been Bill and Steve talking about business, talking about the business, and whatever else they had to discuss. But for the simple fact that Bill invited Steve and Mary to his home, which Mary confirmed on the phone with me, it only makes sense that Camille was there as well. It only makes sense. It only makes sense. Why Mary was so concerned about that part of everything that was said, I don't know. But she claims that if this got back to Camille, that it would just be so detrimental to Camille and Bill, as if Bill ain't been on trial for allegedly drugging how many women and getting on top of them with the do-wop pop sideways smile with the eye that's going to the left and the eye that's going to the right, one going east and one going west. As if we don't already know that it was Hugh Hefner that really threw Bill Cosby under the bus because he had so much shit on Bill Cosby, and Hugh Hefner wanted to make sure that the FBI didn't take down his own operation. So it was still a white man that took him down in the end from the grave in heaven or hell or purgatory, wherever the hell Hugh Hefner is. Anyway, y'all can believe what y'all want about that. I then went on to ask Mary. I said, Mary, Essie brought receipts. Essie brought audio recordings. Some we have published and some we have not. She went on to say that anything you've heard my voice on or any paperwork that you see that I've signed my name to, you can take it as truth. I said it was your voice on the recordings, correct? Well, yes, it was. You want to know how I know it's her voice? Because Mary couldn't distinguish her voice if she tried to. She couldn't mask her voice if she tried to. It's a very, I don't know how to describe Mary's voice. It's kind of long and drawn out like mine, little deep, and a little sneaky and mischievous at the same time. No shade to Mary, but you definitely couldn't hide your voice if you wanted to. So anyway, like I said, Mary maintains that she was recorded without permission and went on to threaten Essie with possible imprisonment. She said that I hope Essie knows that warrant that she has in Texas, yeah, that warrant ain't going nowhere. And as long as Essie continues to talk, the warrant definitely ain't going away. Mary went on to say that, hey, I did my time in jail, but Essie is deathly afraid of going to jail. Now, I feel if Essie was deathly afraid of going to jail, Essie wouldn't do no interviews. Essie would just go away. She would just go away and we would never hear from Essie again, or she would never speak Steve's name again. So I don't think Essie that's scared. And Essie really don't strike me as nobody that's scared. Let me tell you guys something about Essie. Essie is the same on the camera and off the camera. Okay. So the more and more that I talked with Mary, what I got down, what I deduced is that Mary was just upset with Essie because of a video where Essie said that Mary was never my friend. But Mary, there is no way that you ever could have been Essie's friend the way that you threw her under the bus. The way that when y'all was, fighting to get interviews and fighting to get a show, and you really use Essie as your bulldog. You told them white folks behind Essie's back that she's nothing but ghetto trash. And that after you get your money, after you get your $60 million out of Steve, you're going to dump her on the side of the road. So you're a user and a manipulator. And the more and more that I spoke to you, Mary, what I deduced, Mary said, oh, she can stand that shit. Mary said, I deduce that really there's not much of a difference between Marjorie and Mary. One just dressed better and looked better and did it better. That's it. Mary and Marjorie low-key is the same person. Mary ain't all that innocent. Marjorie damn sure ain't innocent. I don't know nothing about the first wife, but as far as I'm concerned, we know Steve ain't innocent. But as far as I'm concerned, the only victim in all of this is Wynton. Wynton got the short end of the stick in this whole fucking family. He got a daddy that's an open narcissist, and he got a mama that's a closed narcissist. I don't know which is worse, somebody that do this shit in your face or somebody that do it behind your back. I don't know. That's what I deduce. That's just my opinion. It's just my opinion. Mary went on to say that she don't understand why Essie is so worried about what Steve called her and that Steve called her a co-conspirator. She said, I don't know why Essie cares. Steve has called me a lot of things and my name is bigger than hers. I don't care, so neither should Essie. Now, I'll let y'all argue on who got the bigger name. Who y'all think got the bigger name? Is it Mary Harvey, who's now Mary Vaughn, or is it Essie Berry? Y'all let me know. Mary did confirm that the alleged child abuse, I can't say alleged because it's in the paperwork, that the child abuse from Steve to Wynton is true. She did not deny that. And I said it ain't no denying that because we got paperwork. It is true that Steve pulled Wynton out of college, out of FIU, the same college that Lori went to shortly before she actually dropped out, all because he found out that Wynton was back in contact with Mary and pulled him out in the middle of the night, 3, 4 in the morning. Oh, we're going to get into that next. So that was definitely true. All right. All in all, Mary wants the public to know that she hates that Mary said, because she claims she never said it, even though we have it on recording. She also wants to know that she is not weak and to tell Essie that she will speak when she wants to speak. She said that I don't understand this vendetta that Essie has against Steve. And I got quiet for a minute. I said, And then she went on to say, Essie is just so obsessed with this and she won't let this go. And I don't know why. And I said, well, wait a minute. What about all the stalking and the bullying and the text messages and the YouTube videos made against her over the years in the doxing and the fact that she had to change her life, all because she was advocating for you, only for you behind the scenes on several different projects to say that Essie was nothing but ghetto trash and that you was just using her to fight your battles. You used Essie because you knew Essie had the backbone that you didn't. The truth of the matter is Essie fought harder for Wynton than Mary did. Mary was only concerned about the money. Mary was always concerned about the money, and Mary had other issues, which is why Steve moved on and just went with Marjorie, who looked better on his arm and knew how to handle business, and did not have mental health issues behind the scenes. So Steve wasn't all the way wrong for leaving Mary. He just didn't have to do her the way that he did. But like I said, ain't nobody innocent in this. The only innocent one is Wynton. We ended that call with Mary saying, look, yes, Essie has been stalked and bullied and harassed. She has. And by saying that, Mary, you inadvertently confirmed that that at least some of those texts and videos and YouTube videos over the years that Essie was a victim of, that it was somebody on Steve's team, if not Steve himself. But from what you said, Mary, you like, look, hey, okay, fine. If she wants to fight that battle, fine. But just keep my name out of y'all mouth. So that's how we left that. So before we get into the Wynton part of the story, what do y'all think? We're going to get into this Wynton story. And then we're going to bring up Essie. What's up, y'all? They said put a 100 in the chat. Essie was one of Storm's top best 3 interviews. Yes, because Essie, not only is Essie entertaining, Essie is real. Essie is herself on and off the camera. Essie came with receipts. I'm telling y'all, I'm low-key about to go to Hollywood and just hire Essie as my manager because I know I'm going to get paid. I know I ain't going to get fucked over. I ain't got to worry about it. Shit, Essie, you want to be my Kris Jenner? Because I know I'm going to be straight. They said keep her name out of your mouth, but Essie been advocating for you. Exactly. I think Steve told Mary to say something. Boom. Boom. They say Mary is lying and scared, but they say Mary's in the hospital right now. So we're going to see what happens. Okay. If the chat is on repeat, you got to refresh it to all messages. Okay. So let's move forward because I definitely wanted to get into this Wynton story. All right. I didn't know what would be the right time to actually talk about this, but Mary called. And now we're going to talk about it. All right. This right here is a picture of Wynton back when he was at FIU, back when he was in college, right? With his boys. Don't they look young and innocent? You know how we all had that baby look as freshmen in college? If I look back at my freshman picture, I probably look the same way. But just look at Wynton. Innocent, pure. I always felt that Steve was low-key jealous of Wynton. Wynton's a better looking version of him. Wynton got a bigger heart than him. Wynton is super respectful. Tall, looks like a model. Didn't want nobody ever asking Steve ugly ass to model shit. Ain't it something when you literally produce a better version of yourself on the inside and out? And a lot of us got parents that's jealous of us because we done and accomplished shit that they never fucking could. Let me stop bringing in my own drama in this. So, with that being said, that's him in college because I want y'all to know I got the tea for real, for real. I was sent a letter. And we're going to go through it together. Okay? They said, I saw your video about Steve Harvey. The woman is telling the truth about Steve. He is controlling and abusive towards Wynton. I was friends with Wynton back in college at FIU. Until his father sent a strange man, that's Boomerang, in the middle of the night to yank him out of school because of his grades. It really wasn't because of the grades. It's because Wynton was trying to go back and live with Mary. All right, trying to get back cool, trying to reestablish a relationship with his mother. Granted, Wynton never went to class, but it was just so odd how they sent someone to pull him out of his dorm at 3 or 4 a.m. I'll never forget how upset I was because I couldn't properly say goodbye until months later when he came with Lori and Wynton snuck on our floor to properly say goodbye. We were damn near in tears. Let's move on. Those were the boys of our friend group. I blocked out some of the names. Wynton was dating a crazy white girl named Sophia. They was effing on the low. The rest of that's not really important. But truthfully, this person said, I love him like a brother. And Wynton took my rejection like a soldier and never treated me differently. Wynton had a good heart. There's nobody that Wynton encountered that didn't like him. One night before Wynton left FIU, he told me something I'll never forget. Our friend group went up on the roof of one of those multi-story garages. We got high and drunk. Then he started confessing how his father was always verbally and physically abusive towards him. See, Mary, this is what we need to be worried about. Not Essie hurting your feelings. This is what you need to be talking about. And this is what you should have kept talking about, no matter how many times they threw you in jail. He even said that Steve lied to him about his mother for years. Mary, I want to make sure you come to, or Ruth, who's ever watched, I want to make sure you come to the camera so you hear this. He said that Steve lied to him about his mother for years, but he knows the truth now. So your baby knows the truth. He knew that you loved him. He knew that you didn't abandon him, but he had to get away for himself. Let's keep going. He cried so hard that night. We were all shook at his words. We admired his father and thought he did too. Wynton then went on to express his disdain for Marjorie and Lori. We never liked Lori. They claimed Lori was a stuck-up ass bitch. Anyway, before she left FIU to follow Memphis around. Remember, Memphis, D-Lay or DJ of Memphis, the soccer player, is Lori's first fiance. First public boyfriend. So keep in mind, Lori left college to go chase a boy around who she didn't even end up marrying. Although we only saw Lori in passing, blah, blah, blah. Okay, bam. So let's move on. Wynton ended up losing contact with all of us, but we kept an eye on him on social media. He was our real friend. We never cared about who his father was. I remember that night he cried and talked about his past, and he said, y'all are the first real friends I've ever had. So what in the hell was going on? Oh, we already know, but just think that Wynton didn't even have no damn real friends until he went to college and got away from his pappy. And that's because we never tried to use him or ask him for anything. He was able to be vulnerable with us and have a real relationship that was based off of materialism and not shallow. That wasn't based off of materialism or shallow ideals. And what did his daddy do? Took away the only real friends that he had. But I want to go back now, because this is a picture of Wynton in Dubai, which is where he lives now. And he does the fashion thing and the photography thing. And like I said, it literally looks like a better version of his father. The kind of man that Steve wish he was on the inside and out. Character-wise, looks-wise, all that. All right? What's important to know is that one night, one of those drunken nights with his friends at FIU, Wynton told everybody that if he ever moved, he would move to Dubai. And he also said if he ever had a family, got married, or had any kids, that he would raise them in Dubai. He would not even live in the United States. And everybody said, what? Like, why? You know, this was before it was cool to go to Dubai. Now it's cool to go to Dubai. They done built it up, blah, blah, blah. It was, you know, a decade ago. Wasn't nobody talking about it like that. Not in the general public. And they said, why would you want to raise your kids in Dubai? Why would you want to be away from everyone? Why would you want to be over there isolated by yourself? And he said that I would raise my kids in Dubai because I know that if I'm in Dubai, my father cannot get his hands on my children. This young man is so afraid of his father and knows that his father has such a long reach that he said, nigga, I need to be on the other side of the world to get away from him. I need to be somewhere where my daddy can't even come over here and thinking he running things and thinking he can buy, because Dubai got money on top of money on top of money. You act like you got some sense when you go to Dubai. They still chop your hands off if you steal in Dubai. So he knows if he goes over there, that his father can't get his hand on him or his children. And the only thing I'll leave y'all with is, why is Wynton afraid of Steve being able to get his hands on his potential children? If Wynton ever has any kids, who knows? He may already have kids. Who knows? He may just be keeping it on the low. Because once again, he wants to keep them away from his father. Right? So I said it before and I said it again. Damn it. The only victim in this, of course, Essie, because literally she's lost like a decade of her life, decade plus. But as far as the Harvey name, Mary said, the only victim is Wynton. He wasn't ever able to trust anybody. His mama was worried about the money and too busy with her own mental health issues. His daddy was off either working or abusing him, beating him mentally and physically, spiritually, emotionally, breaking him down, lying to him. Marjorie never gave a shit about him. All the other kids was too afraid to speak out, and they stayed in line, and any authority figure turned on them and was bought out by Steve Harvey, allegedly. So there has literally always been no one. There has never been anyone to truly advocate for Wynton. Not even his own mama. Not until Essie came along. So I'm going to leave that there. Essie, can you hear me?
I can.
How you doing tonight?
Can you hear me?
I sure can. How are you tonight?
I'm going to be honest. Storm, I don't know whether to cry. I really don't even know what I should say right now. Like, you broke down everything that I felt in all these years, and you just like laid it out there. Like, and I know people are going to hear whatever they're going to hear, but to hear what you said about Wynton, I just felt like I failed Wynton. No matter what nobody can say, how y'all say it or what y'all feel, I failed him. I can't feel no other way. And if I go too fast, so I'm just throw your hands up if you want to say something, okay?
Okay.
The whole thing you said was powerful. The whole thing you said was powerful. And I'm just sitting back here like, damn, especially with that young lady and whoever that young lady is who wrote that about your friend. I know that you are truly Wynton's friend. And I am humbly grateful that you knew that I was telling the truth. And you took a chance to let Mary know that her son loved her, that his dad was truly an abuser, and that I was not a liar. Because that's something people can't say about me. Y'all can go get true syrup, a lie detector. It doesn't matter. I'll take any of that shit. I don't think the Harveys will.
Why do you?
Storm said so much in this interview right now.
It was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot. How do you feel about Mary calling me and saying that you're a liar and not to trust you and that you're manipulative?
I felt sick on my stomach. It did something to me mentally, because this is a woman that I fought for 10 years. I fought for Mary's son harder than Mary would fight for her own child. And let me tell y'all how. I didn't know any of this until I wanted to do the reality show in 2013. But in 2009, if I'm not mistaken, y'all said, and in 2011, go back and listen to Mary's interview when she's sitting on the couch with this young lady, and she's talking about how Steve took her little Wynton from her. Not one time in that interview did I hear Mary say, Steve beat my son with a sorority paddle. Not one time did I hear Mary say that he beat Wynton with a belt buckle. The child abuse happened in 2008. Here's the report. And let me call the number out if y'all don't know. The report number is OR 2008-00199-568 in Plano, Texas, Police Department. Now, while Mary was sitting up there trying to say I was a liar, I could easily say, Mary, you helped cover up child abuse because Steve was paying you because your ass got on all these different sites and you never once said that this report existed. You knew it existed, but you never said it existed. So really, when I really kind of knew who Mary was, I started learning who she was way before now. And we're going to get into all that. But to know that Mary wanted to call Storm and tell Storm I was a liar, I saw somebody in his comment box say, Mary don't want this smoke. Mary finna get all the smoke in the shit for 10 years. I'm finna tell all Mary business like the fuck I told Steve, because this is what you're going to deserve for yourself. You don't bring a loyal person like to me in your circle. You don't bring a person to me like I am God. I don't care if I cuss. I'll cuss you out the day, probably slap the hell out you, but you can never say I don't know God. And you can never say on this internet that I did not fight for Mary Harvey. But let me tell y'all something. Let me clear this up. It was about Mary Harvey being gagged as a Black woman. But when I saw the police report that Daryl Paget, a white lawyer, had sent me some documents, Mary still would not tell me about the child abuse. So you guys talk about 9, 10, 11, 12, 5 years that Mary got on this internet whining about what Steve didn't do for her. But you never said that he beat Wynton like he beat Wynton on here. While you was asking for your money, you should have been telling this report, because this happened in 2008. You was on the mic whining in 2009 and 2011. So that tells me that you care more about money, fame, and power that you didn't have anymore because you divorced Steve Harvey. And see what Steve should have did as a man? Steve should have pulled me aside. All I wanted was an apology. You guys, I was in too deep. I was called a co-conspirator and an extortionist.
And she
Nobody
said,
wanted to deal with me.
And she said, and she said that you should have been okay with that because her name is bigger than yours.
Is that right?
She said her name is bigger than yours.
Okay. Your name might have been bigger than mine, but your name was shit till 2013 because Steve Harvey gagged your ass. Now that's the true fact. They may have knew you were Steve's second wife, mistress of Marsha. So let's go ahead and admit that. Mary cheated with Steve, and I got a tape of that too, Mary, saying that you cheated with Steve while Marsha was pregnant with Steve's son,
Broderick
his
Jr.
oldest son. So you are no better than Margie and Lot. Right, with Broderick Jr. So I don't want nobody to think I'm going to be shade and throw Mary up under the bus. But since you want to say I'm a liar, you can go get Steve, because I know he done paid you now. And you can go get him, Margie, all the judges who violated you, the lawyers too, and you still not going to win against me, because God is my attorney and I'm coming for victory.
Should we be scared, Essie? Why she called me talking about some, are you concerned? Do you know how many people are affected by this?
Because she's a coward. Because if she wasn't a coward while she was on the internet 2011 and they took my Wynton, and I can't believe what Steve did. You knew he was a hoe. You know he was a hoe when he was sitting up there with Terry. But you still came and did what you gonna do. And you still stayed with him no matter what. Now listen, you guys, she's already gone to the hospital. So unless she's watching this in the ambulance or in Ruth's car, and Ruth, I got some shit for you too. You can't say that me and Storm interview has done anything to you, because you should not have. Go ahead. How did you even know Ruth? Ruth is Mary's sister. How do you know Ruth, Storm?
Ruth contacted me. Ruth watches the show. And so Ruth reached out to me when me and you did like the first interview when I released part 1. And then Ruth, commented a couple times in the DMs. And then this weekend, she's like, my sister Mary wants to speak with you. I'm okay, cool. And that's the conversation we had. Then boom, today, 1 minute before we go live, Ruth talking about, I just rushed Mary to the ER, and if anything happens to her, it's you. I'm blaming you and Essie. Me? You blaming us? We didn't kill her soul. We didn't take her baby. We didn't take her out of her own house and home. We didn't keep her from the money in the divorce. We didn't keep her from the assets. We didn't illegally sign her name and forge it in a divorce decree. We didn't do that. We wasn't even the damn the marriage counsel that turned on her and then went on to marry Steve and Marjorie in an unofficial, illegal ass, not ordained by God, with his big sweaty fat ass in Hawaii. We didn't do that. No shade to TD Jakes, but you're very big and very sweaty. We didn't do that.
And I throw shade to TD Jakes because you was married to Harvey's marriage counselor. I'm throwing shade. You were Mary Harvey's married and knowing cheating with Steve Harvey in Hawaii, and you married them. What kind of shit is that? That's the new preacher stuff. That's why I don't run up in people's churches. That right there. Now, you guys, what I'm going to say, it may sound harsh. It may sound cruel. But I'm Essie, and can't none of y'all get me to heaven. So whatever I say, I'm getting ready to have to take accountability for that. But I will not take accountability for no man. I will take accountability for God. Because for this whole situation for 10 years. And when I saw child abuse, because I was abused, everything, I didn't think about Mary no more. I wasn't loyal to Mary. I was loyal to Wynton. I was loyal to Wynton because I am him and he is me. And I knew that child abuse face. So when Mary set her ass all up on the internet, not saying nothing for 5 years, go look in the mirror now, Mary, because you helped them do that to Wynton. That's the real truth. You allowed Steve, you allowed Margie to violate your son because you was too busy trying to get money in your pockets, that you never said nothing about them beating Wynton at all. And Mary said a couple of times Steve would give her portraits. One portrait was like $60,000. So I don't know if Margie knew, but he would take portraits over there to Mary so she could take them to a consignment shop so she would have money in her pocket. So Steve, now I'm going to do you a favor, because don't think I got a personal vendetta against Steve Harvey. I just feel like Steve Harvey said, think like a man, act like a woman, whatever the hell you said, and you will lie when the truth will do. You should have just said, Essie Berry, let's me and you talk. But you didn't know Essie Berry, and I'm not Margie, Mary, or Marsha. My name is Essie Berry. I'm a soldier for God. I don't fold. I don't worry about people talking about me because you can't get me into heaven. What I'm going to say may sound cruel and it might sound bad, but this is what Essie Berry felt. Says Mary want to sit up and try to make it like I'm a liar. Says Mary Harvey want to say that she didn't give me permission to tape her. And you guys can contact Geneva Closet because she going to tell the truth too. There'll be a video coming out where Mary said that we could tape her. And ever since she said that, I take every damn thing she said, beginning to end, because she's a coward. Look at her. How you going to say she ain't no coward? And she jumped on the mic in 2011 and she never told y'all that Wynton was beaten with a board. And here's the report right here. She could have said anything. She never said it. Why? So here we go. Steve, this one's to you. Steve's a comedian, right? And I understand as a comedian, you're supposed to make people laugh and make people smile. And you were married to Mary, because I'm going to tell you some things that Mary has done. And she is no better than Margie. But this particular thing was one of the first things that made me lose mad respect for Mary. Now, Steve is a comedian. He on the road and he provide for you and your kid. And one of your kids wasn't his. Whatever happened, I'm sorry about that. But your kid was still there, and he provided for your family too, Mary. So while Steve on the road, you trying to take pills and commit suicide, and that's a horrible thing to happen. But what is more horrible is Mary had enough guts because I say that's a coward, to sit up there and try to kill herself while Wynton was upstairs in the room. So now you tell me, when Steve came in and saw that you were doing that, should he have left his son with you to think that you may do it again? Or would a real man just try to snatch his kid? But the way he did it, I'm not going to say that was ever right. I'm not going to say them signing paperwork in Mary's name was ever right. But to know that you needed help yourself, and you claim that they snatched your son Wynton, but you yourself was trying to take your own life. So what would have happened if you took your own life? Steve still ended up Wynton anyway, but he definitely would have ended up with Wynton then, because you were trying to take your own life. So when you send up here trying to blame Steve for some actions, maybe you should go back and look in the mirror and blame yourself too. Because one of his in-laws told me that Steve would beg to stay with Mary. Mary divorced Steve. And now you mad because you ain't got the money that you should have thought you were given. But maybe because you were so low down and trifling to Steve's first wife, and you did what Margie did to you, it's called karma, boo-boo, and it came around 10 back fold to you. And to know that you want to deceive a person like me, it's okay, because God's going to protect me no matter who you may be. Point blank, period, simple. So do I blame Steve for the way he did it? Yes, I do. But I had to think about this man's a comedian, and he probably don't even know. They think because of how I talk, and as Mary said, I'm ghetto, that I'm not intelligent. Bitch. To be intelligent, to be ghetto, and to know the law, I'll annihilate any attorney you, because I'm ready. I may have walked away before. You just admitted your husband bullied me. Y'all ain't ready for this, Essie Berry, because I'm coming with everything you see. And if you bring any more papers to me or Storm, I will release everything on this internet, because they're my conversations to you. Because I knew that you would continue to try to use Wynton to try to protect Steve. Because you never really tried to protect Wynton. Because I would have been saying, look, dude beat my baby with a belt buckle and a sorority paddle. If Mary had did that in 2011, 2009, even 2017, Steve would not be in the power that he is in right now. But it took my ghetto ass. It took my whatever you said I am, because she did tell someone that once she win her lawsuit, the murder of the soul in 2017, she was going to dump my ghetto ass on the side of the road, and she was going to take her money and run. She didn't even have enough sense to even deal with this whole situation. That's why I was her POA. So I would run to the hospital too, because Mary I'm going to put all her damn business out here. Just like you tried to act like Steve was so ratchet, so raunchy, you are disrespectful too. You have disrespected me for 10 years, and I smiled on this damn camera because but I didn't owe that to you. I owed that to Wynton, and I stayed loyal to Wynton. But now Wynton's in Dubai, and if anything happens to Wynton, they try to lie and say he did something, please go get Steve, because Steve will be the mark, because I think he would do anything to silence Wynton. Wynton's not going to come. But his friend just spoke what Storm said. Storm read that letter, and his friend spoke for herself. So basically, to me, it's nothing else to say about that. And no shade to Mary on no end. But it takes two people to do all this negative stuff. So before I go further, Storm, what did you think about Mary calling, telling you those things about me? And you see, I done got my ass whooped on this internet behind Mary Harvey. I done got dragged through the mud behind Mary Harvey. I done got stalked like a Hebrew slave behind Mary Harvey and her son, because I fought for your son like a mother should do when you went and tucked your tail and hear from Steve Harvey or whatever you do.
I think at the time she needed somebody to fight her battles, and she knew that you had the backbone to do it. And so she looked down on you, but literally still used you as her pit bull, as a bulldog, because she knew Essie gonna get it. Essie gonna be able to do and say everything that I don't. How is it that you got the child abuse paperwork, but she being the mother, she couldn't even get it? They told her no. She just took that. She's never had a backbone. She's never been strong. You were her strength, and
That
she
was a
looked
damn
down on
good
it.
question. That was a damn good question.
And you were you literally were her strength, but she looked down on you at the same time, which is mind-boggling to me. When I was listening to her speak,
So y'all want to know?
As she went on to confirm pretty much everything that you said, I said, damn, Essie should have dropped her a long time ago. And I told you that on the phone. I said, you should have dropped her a long time ago.
Everyone who met Mary, including that day when y'all saw her in that white outfit in 2017 and she was interviewing with my people, every one of those women said I should not be dealing with Mary. My best friend had said at the time she didn't like Mary because her and her got into something because Mary thought she was more than everybody. That white fit outfit Mary had on, I paid for that. I didn't even know Mary was coming or in California when she did the lawsuit for murder of the soul, but I became her POA. I pawned all my jewelry. I paid over $3,000, not $3,000 to $5,000, if not more, because I put gas in Mary's car. I put money in her pocket every day. I put her in a hotel room. I bought her everything she wanted to drink. I bought her food and stuff in the hotel she had. It had a kitchenette in there so she could be up in there, and she still talked shit about that because she had the finest. But because you have the finest don't mean that you know how to live the finest. Now I have to give it to Margie about that. She was a better eye candy on Steve arm than you. Mary used to hate when I wear blonde hair. Why? Because I know I look better than you in it. That blonde hair, Mary look ratchet as hell. If didn't nobody ever tell you as a friend, if you don't think I'm that, you should never wear blonde, Mary, because the shit didn't look good on you. And even though Storm would come in his mouth, don't cover your mouth now, Storm, because get ready to get serious. Even though Steve is a nice looking dress man, not one outfit besides the one on this thumbnail that I thought that you look good in. That was the first one. At least Margie gonna do her hair and not throw it back in a ponytail and wear all the shit to make her man look good. So that was another reason why. Neither one of you complimented each other. You want to be Steve's mother and he want to be your pappy. So now how that go? Yeah, that baby. Don't ever do that again, Mary. Did you tease that too high? She's a talk smack, you guys, about me wearing blonde hair. You guys can go back and Google me and see me with blonde hair. And why would a woman do that? And I'm trying to worry about being her friend. And then you poking out your boobs that Steve told you to buy. And then look at Mary and look at, and then you can tell Mary mad. That's why Steve didn't want you out there, because of shit like that. And whoever did your hair, you need to go back right now and go off on them, because that wasn't a do to wear. Point blank, period, simple. So Mary is who she faked to be, but she's really not who she claimed to be. So she got rushed to the hospital. Because let me ask your people something. Do y'all really want to know the real Mary Harvey from what I know? Is that what y'all really want to know? Girl, there's another one. Now, how did that dress with them flowers fit that black suit? How did that fit that black suit over here to the right there? Yeah, that outfit didn't fit that black suit. Nothing she wore complimented what Steve already had. Everything Margie wear, Margie, I'm giving you a compliment. I don't really care for you. Everything you wore compliments yourself with Steve Harvey, pretty much, except that time when you wore that white outfit with them white eyelashes. You like you was a dove finna fly to another land. Don't do that again, Margie. I'm just saying. So Mary used to get upset because I had blonde hair. I don't know why that upset her, but it upset her really bad. Now y'all see that picture right there? That's when Mary went to jail in 2019. I called Fox News and got Fox News, a person who ghetto, a person who don't know nothing, a person who's beneath Mary, as she say, and I got Fox News to go up in there and interview Mary, and she still didn't tell that Steve had beat her son. Please ask me why Mary didn't tell that Steve beat her son, and the media camera was right there in front of her. She looked confused. She looked like she couldn't think straight, but then she turned around and just didn't say nothing and got son in jail, knew her son had got beat the hell out of her, and she was like, oh, which way did I go? Which way did I go? Oh, that's what she did. But you could get on this internet and holler about your money. but you couldn't holler about your son. I be wanting to go to the hospital too because you knew I was going to come for you because you don't want this smoke. But I'm going to give you all the smoke since you want to make me look like a liar and you want to try to confirm to Storm some shit that ain't even true. And you would have better off kept your mouth shut. That's what she should have did.
I agree. I agree because I was listening to her and I'm just like, she must didn't do her research on who I was. How many people have I called out on this show? I've called out the Satanism in Hollywood.
I don't think so.
I've called out the child trafficking. I've called out all kinds of stuff. Illuminati. I've called them all out on the show. I've showed y'all the rituals that they do. We have called some shit out. We've called out Diddy, and Diddy is bigger than Steve Harvey. Harvey Weinstein, Mark Wahlberg. Come on now, the white folks. I don't think she did. I got R. Kelly's number.
So what makes Mary so different?
Exactly.
Mary, he got R. Kelly on speed dial. How are you? You may end up with them too for covering up child abuse. Stop playing. You did cover up child abuse because you didn't never holler about it. You never got on the internet saying nothing about it. So what makes you better than Steve? So now y'all say y'all want to know who Mary is? Come on, Mary. You put these gloves on. 10 years. 10 years. I shut my mouth behind you.
And before you get into it, hold on. Before you get into it, we should also tell them that in the emails to both of us, not only did she threaten me with jail by saying if you illegally record me, that's a felony and a $250,000 fine. She literally said on a phone call with me, and as far as Essie is concerned, I'm working on that. So what is she working on? What does she have against you? What is she planning?
Can y'all imagine Mary trying to do something towards me and I done fought for her all these years? Did you hear what Storm just said? So that's why I put your damn business out here. I'm going to let people know that really Mary was a disrespectful ass sister the whole time I've known her. She always thought that I was beneath her. All I want to do was fight for Wynton. This was never about Mary. When I found out that Wynton was abused in 2008, this was about what Steve Harvey did. When I found out that Steve in 2015 and in 2017, this is another police report. So we got 2 abuse reports against Wynton, about Wynton from Steve Harvey, and y'all let him stay on the platform. And Mary still didn't get on there and talk about that, but she talked about her money. So let me tell y'all who Mary Harvey truly is. I read that comment. I got to say something about that. Bitch, whoever you are, I don't care if you is Storm's people. It ain't no what she said, a personal attraction towards Steve Harvey. Take your ass over there and ask Steve Harvey, why is he blackmailing me? And why is there a warrant in Texas? And I've never been to Texas. You sound stupid as hell. You the type bro to sit up there and let somebody put his dick in your mouth and sit up there and go run behind cameras and let someone do everything you want to you. Everybody else would do it, so why wouldn't you? So this ain't about an attraction, because I didn't stalk Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey stalked me. I didn't call Mary and tell Mary to shut up. Steve Harvey did that to Mary. I told Steve Harvey to take that raggedy ass warrant off me, because conspirator and extortionist can get you 20 years in jail. But Danielle, tell me, how did I get a warrant on me in a state that I never been in? I don't care what color you are. You're a dumbass broad. Because you the type broad, not that person. And excuse me, son, because I'm a civil rights activist. But before activist, I was Essie Berry. And I said what I said the way I said it, because I'm not afraid to speak my mind. period. So ask Steve why he has a fatal attraction with me. Why Steve let me turn his life upside down. And all he had to do is say I lied on Essie Berry. She was not a co-conspirator and extortionist. And as long as Steve got that warrant on me, we stay connected together. And how cowardly is it of Mary to say that I'm scared to speak out when I was the one who told your son got beat up? You didn't. You sat on your ass for 5 years and begged for money, but you still let your son stay in the presence of Steve Harvey. So what are you talking about? It's women like you that makes me sick. Go ahead and read it, Storm. What did she say?
She said, Essie, I do not have to remind you that wiretapping, that's what she's trying to get you on, is a federal offense in the state of California. The offense comes with a $250,000 fine and for broadcasting private conversations had between you and I. Additionally, remove any and all videos pertaining to me.
Now, since let me just see if Geneva answered this phone. Because Geneva could tell you that she begged us to tape her. She gave us 20,000 ways. Please, y'all tape this. Make sure you don't forget about it. Put it online. She taped us we taped her 24/7. So let me tell you this. If a person don't want you to know their business, then keep your damn mouth closed. Because they ain't going to know your business unless you tell it. Y'all threatened me again. You threatened Storm again. I put all this shit out here, and what you gonna do? And I'm gonna go do just like Tasha K. When you sue me, I ain't got it. Shit, I went to the hospital too. What the fuck did y'all do about me? Did nobody come to my rescue? Mary told us 2 years ago that she was finna die. Ask Geneva. Y'all seen that interview when Geneva did it with Mary 2 years ago? Mary came to us and said she was going to die. She said that the doctor said she was going to die and she had something and she needed some money. So every time she need money, she'll get on and make Steven think she gonna tell something so she can get some money. So I made her tell me everything and I taped her because I knew she was a coward and she kept that string dangling. Steve, I helped your ass out. I'm putting it out there for her. She wasn't bold enough. Because is this why y'all said Mary was gagged? Because from what I understand, even when Mary went to jail, she didn't go to jail for being gagged, but that's what they told me. She went to jail for child support. Yeah. So how was she ordered child support and Steve had took her kid? But see, it still come back to Mary raggedy ass. Because at the end of the day, I fought for Mary and I got called a co-conspirator and extortionist, but I only got called a co-conspirator and extortionist because I knew about the child abuse with Steve Harvey. And it's more. I got like 3 police reports against him and 2 restraining orders. 1 in the state of Arizona and 1 in the state of California. And the judges just dismissed it like it wasn't nothing. But I'll make sure I put it in my book. I'll do that. You got something to say, Storm?
I'm so happy that we are really clearing this out. I didn't know how I was gonna wrap this up, but God said Mary was gonna call me, try to throw me off my game, only for me to really figure out this whole time I don't have any sympathy for her. I had, at least with you, I had sympathy for her, and the public had sympathy for her. But now, really, you covered up the fact that Steve had the room allegedly with all the gay prawn and the dirty Vaseline and $6,000 in bonds. You covered up the fact that allegedly Steve brought your oldest son, Steven, in a room with his shirt buttoned down, talking about some come here, boy. And your son felt very uncomfortable. And you didn't leave then. You didn't leave with the gay porn. You didn't leave with the $6,000 in ones. You didn't leave when your son felt very uncomfortable.
You didn't leave when Steve had his digger-league Wynton face. You didn't leave when Steve bit Wynton on the butt. You didn't leave when Steve would go in there while Wynton naked in the bathtub and you asked him what the hell he doing. And I got all we taped. So I'm going to save them tapes if y'all want to bring me to court. And in 48 hours when I get my summons, I'm going to put all this shit out here. Let's do this. Mary, you asked for this. I stay loyal to you. I am a friend. But when you come do me, one was enough, two was too many. You won't even get a third time. This shit's it for me. And when I get off this mic, this is not about disrespecting Mary. This is not about violating Mary. But Mary thought that Storm was going to be some kind of flunky. Like, I ain't gonna call the blogger name. But there was a blogger who talked to me. And as soon as Steve Harvey people contacted her, she went and got her a new ponytail, a raggedy, it wasn't even human, bitch. You could have got a human one. Some raggedy ass Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde fingernails. She went and got her little board. She had teeth. She ain't put nothing on her lips. The shit looked like she had ring around the lips. And you try to come for me? Really? So she thought that Storm would be that same sellout blogger, or she thought that Storm would run and tuck his tail and go get drunk like Tasha K did, or she thought that she could sit up here and maneuver the lies she has told for so many years. And she thought that now that she know I'm finna expose her ass, that we got to go to the hospital. I'm feeling bad. Essie Berry ain't my friend, but I've been your friend all this time, but I didn't even want to be your friend because you bought your friends. You bought your friends. You said that on the video. I used to take my friends and we used to fly here, we used to fly there because you paid for your friends. You didn't have to buy me. I came with loyalty. I came with receipts. I came as an activist should, and I didn't give a damn if it was Steve Harvey. That's where you messed up at, and that's what all y'all losers who talking shit about me don't understand. Steve Harvey was just a celebrity case that I had came across because he beat his son, and I still hold these papers up to this day. But I've done cases before, and they call me the bulldog because I don't take my teeth out. I want to win. So don't sit up here and blame me because you got dead in. And keep it real. Storm said something about Bill Cosby. She tried to interject on that lie. So now do Camille know you was sitting up in her house with Bill Cosby and her man? Because you told me Camille was there. It sounds more better what you just said. So you talking about Margie coming out to Judge Chambers. What chambers were you coming out in Bill Cosby house? I just want to know, since we going to make people look like liars and nobody's gonna tell the truth about shit. You're just as bad as Steve and Margie too, because you covered it up. So now what y'all gonna do? You're gonna pay Mary, and then you're gonna go get Mary, Margie, Steve. All y'all niggas together, y'all can't whoop me. So bring whatever you gonna bring and bring that smoke. And if you bring some smoke to Storm, I got so much credibility now that any lawyer will take his case and eat y'all asses up. Because they all on the internet showing that Steve, me and Storm didn't put out no picture of him kissing Bill Cosby. Where did that come from? Me and Storm didn't put out no picture of him kissing Diddy. Where did that come from? I did put out one where you said Kenny Dingaling was in Steve's face. I mean, his Dingaling was in Steve's face. I did do that.
Woke up all like that.
But you didn't want us to do that. Yeah, like that. See, he was doing just, oh, my bad. But he was naked doing it. So he was naked. So y'all, let's come on, bring the smoke. If y'all, that's exactly how it was. Oh, my bad. Mary said he thought that dude was going to get him hooked up. If she knew that one about her husband, why would she say that? If you knew your husband went on the down low, Mary said, why does that irritate you that I said Mary said? You said it. You said everything. But what I did, I saw some bloggers saying, Essie keeps saying, Mary said, and she didn't put produce no videos that Mary said it. So Mary, forgive me if I call somebody bluff. But everything I say, that Bill Cosby shit, I'm going to find that video and put it out there. Because Geneva already got you tape saying that you could tape us. And then Geneva's going to tell you for herself, too. Geneva Closet, if y'all don't know, because Mary was all on there spilling her guts with Geneva, too. And I do believe that she probably drinks sometime, because I know I bought her liquor. And maybe she get liquored up and forget what she say. I don't know. But you know what they say. What a man said drunk they want to say when they were sober. They just didn't know how to say it.
And let's not forget too. let's not forget to speaking of sucking dick. Who else sucked some dick in this case and still didn't come out with nothing? I would hate to slob on a knob and still come out losing. Just a dick sucking loser. And a white dick at that.
So Okay, so we went out a little bit, Storm, so they may didn't hear what you said. Now, Mary, you told me this, but then I thought about what you said. Go, Storm.
No, I was just saying. I was just saying. No, I was just saying. Go. Yeah, it's just somebody else in this case that was sucking deep. But yeah, you go ahead. You tell.
Okay. Now I don't say 100%. I don't know 100% that Mary slobbed on the joystick. Okay. Mary had an attorney. I know Steve paid the attorney $226,000. When Mary had this white attorney, I guess 2007 or whenever she had him, she didn't win. But Mary said she was sitting in a chair and the dude walked up, unbuttoned his pants, and whipped his joystick out. And what did you do with it, Mary? Mary, you want to call to tell Storm what you did? Because you wanted to win the case, you did what? I'm listening. I want you to tell him, Mary, because how did that man get his ding-a-ling straight in your face like that because you were trying to win your case? Let's go tell your business now, Mary, since you want to tell all Steve stuff and put him out here. So you thirsty enough to do the same thing that you said Margie did. Oh, this finna get deep. You ready for the next one, Storm?
Yes,
and that was a white man that put his joystick in my face. Excuse me?
No, I said, yes, ma'am. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. I'm ready.
And I don't give a damn if everybody on this page saying Mary friend. Mary was never my friend. Mary paid for friends. She didn't have to pay me shit. But matter of fact, can I get my little $3,000-$4,000 back that I spent on you when you didn't do shit for me, but bring me further in the hole? I lost my shop, I lost my house, I lost everything behind you, and I'm still running my mouth. Bitch, I ran my mouth more for you and your son than really I didn't do it for you because I knew you were raggedy a long time ago. So are y'all ready to hear how I knew? And Steve, this is one for you too, Steve, because I kind of feel sorry for your ass, but you didn't ask me what Essie thought. Y'all were too busy trying to blackmail me. And Mary, how dare you say that warrant ain't go away? She said that warrant's not going to go away in Texas. She said that her and Steve on good standing terms. Well, what the hell you going to call to tell me?
Oh, I forgot
that.
Go
ahead.
Thank you. On the phone, Mary said, she says, Storm, whether you believe it or not, there is no love lost between Steve and I. She said there is no bad blood. So we all on this internet windmilling for you. And he'd done allegedly cheated you out of all your money in a divorce. And we supposed to feel so sorry that he went on and moved on.
But we know he beat your kid.
We know he beat your kid. But you sit on that phone and say somebody that did that to Wynton. Mind you, Wynton had blood in his urine for weeks. You know how bad you got to be beat to have blood in your urine? And you say there is no love lost? So really, this whole thing, it wasn't about Wynton, and it wasn't about murder of your soul, if you ever had one. Your feelings were hurt, and you still love Steve, and you want Steve back. That's the truth. And if he called your ass tomorrow, you would go running back. All this shit online. All this shit online. All the bloggers from Tasha K to Lionel B to Geneva's Closet, everybody that's covered this story, not just because it was Steve Harvey, because we felt bad for you. And you sit on the phone and tell me, basically, you still love the nigga. Girl, bye. Your ass needs to be in the hospital. Your ass need to be in the hospital. Check your ass in there for a couple weeks. Because you lost your mind.
So Mary, how much did they pay you? How much did they pay you to call Storm and try to threaten me and Storm, because you did this to me in Geneva. Matter of fact, Storm, you got lucky. He gave Geneva a gag, tried to get Geneva a gag order. Geneva put it in a frame. How many people is Steve Harvey, black people? How many more black people is Steve Harvey going to try to shut up behind his ass? How many? So let me go further. Y'all ready to know who Mary is? And Mary, I'm finna put the bombshell in your damn shell, because you should have left me alone. And matter of fact, Mary wrote me a letter saying, I got your phone call 2 weeks ago. I just decided not to answer the phone because I didn't want to. You don't want to hear what I got to say. You too difficult. But my ass wasn't difficult when I was fighting for your damn baby. It wasn't too difficult when they was calling me bitches, sluts, and hoes. It wasn't too difficult when you admitted that your son and Steve and all them were cyberbullying me and stalking me. And you think that I should just go away. And to add insults to injuries, y'all, she lied and told Storm. Essie Berry, that shit didn't go on the paper. It wasn't on the internet. It didn't go out to the media. The only thing called Essie a co-conspirator and a distortionist, it was sealed in some documents. So why you got to seal that lie? So I'm going to live with that lie. Mary, like, sense-wise, think it's okay for Steve to lie and say I'm a co-conspirator and extortionist. That should be investigated alone. That I'm a civil rights activist fighting for people's rights. I found out that Wynton was abused 5 years after he was abused. Mary sat her ass on the internet, scared as hell, the coward that she is. Never once said that Wynton got beat in any kind of way. Knew there was a police report that existed. She couldn't get it, and then I got it in 2013. She should be giving me a standing ovation, because as a mother, I did what the fuck you couldn't do for your kid. Now, that's the truth. But let me go further. If y'all didn't know, Steve, this is a 2 point for you. But you still beat Wynton, and you still need to be up on investigation. Margie need to be up on investigation because she knew it. Mary needed a little help because you sat your ass on the internet for 5 years. And let me tell you why I still brought that up. Because I looked at people kept saying that Mary was on the internet. But then something, I don't know why I thought it was 2009. But it don't matter when it was. This is a legal paper in 2008 saying Wynton was beaten. This is one in 2015 saying what Steve did to snatch his baby out of college. To know that Mary kept jumping up on internets, everything. One day Mary said Wynton was on his way to college. So she went up there to see him. He said, now you showing up trying to be a mama. You know why he said that? Because the fuck you was never a mother either. I fought more for your son in these last 10 years than you done fought in your whole life. That's what Wynton, that's why Wynton probably don't want to be bothered with you. He said that he knew that Steve did what he did because Storm just read that letter. But to know that Wynton said, oh, now you're trying to show up to be a mother, I never knew why Wynton made that comment. But after really praying about it, and Storm told me that Mary had called him, I say, now, God, you know I'm triggered. So give me a peace of mind so when I come on this mic, I'll know what to say. And what I looked at is that this happened in 2008. And every time Mary got up on the platform, she hollered about her money, but she never hollered about her baby being beat up. Why? But if you want to get a little deeper and tell you who Mary is, and Mary, you can sue me, but then you'll have to go get your ex-husband. So if y'all don't know it, Mary was remarried after Steve Harvey. What? Oh my God. Say it ain't so. Mary. Yeah. Watch out now. So Mary was married after Steve Harvey. But Mary was getting $40,000 a month in alimony. So when she married this guy, she found out that she wasn't going to get her alimony no more. But the guy she married was an electricianist. So I guess he electrified her at the moment, and that's why she married him. Or did she just want to throw darts at Steve because he had got married? I'll show him. He went and got Margie. I'll get me an electrician. But it still wasn't Steve. So Mary got married to this guy. And when she got married to the guy, she was with him for 30 days. And then she divorced him. She divorced him because she figured out then, damn, I divorced him. I ain't going to get my alimony no more. Because once you remarry, you don't get your alimony no more.
Cut off.
So Steve was like, hell yeah, got off my alimony, doo-dah, doo-dah. I ain't got to pay Mary no more. That's what Steve was singing all the way to the bank. So when Mary found out she couldn't get her alimony no more because she had got married, she divorced the dude in 30 days. Yeah, 30-day fiance. Oh, y'all didn't know that? But it's getting ready to get ugly. The man was good to Mary, and I met him. He was a nice guy. He was a hardworking guy. He was a very sincere guy, and I liked his spirit. Mary was the type person, she'll come and holler at you for that time because when she thinks of money involved and Stephen thinks she going to say something, now she can't get you no more, Steve. I'd have put all her business out there, so you ain't got to worry about Mary saying that because I got all her conversations. Mary was going to, are y'all ready? You ready, Storm?
I'm ready.
You ready, Storm?
I'm ready.
Mary had came to me one day because after she had divorced this guy, she was still with him, but he had gave her a car. You know, people who done got out of the industry, they still try to try cars and stuff that look like they rich. They ain't got no damn money, but they got a car. They'll live in their car. I think it was either BMW or Mercedes, one or the other. So Mary had told me, and Mary, I'm gonna tell you how I know in a minute. So don't ever pull a whole card with me, because I'll tell all your damn business. I'm not scared about going to jail. Mary was going to sleep with her husband and tell the police that he raped her. Mary told me that, and I told her that was some fucked up shit to do. Mary don't know to this day, but go get your ex-husband now, Mary. Yeah, lay back. Go get the man that you married as a Steve. I called Mary's husband, and I told Mary's husband, Mary's going to set you up for rape. But by that time, y'all, how I'm going to walk away because they got me all in the paper as extortion and co-conspirator. So I'm still trying to clear my name. So I knew who the fuck Mary was a long time ago. So Mary, if you didn't know, I told your ex-husband, the one after Steve, that you were going to set him up for rape. Take the car, because she was going to set this man up for rape because she wanted his car and she wanted his house and she wanted the little furniture that was in his house that he had so worked hard for. He couldn't believe that I told him that, but I didn't know who Mary was, and I felt like Mary would do something like that. So I called Mary's ex-husband and told Mary's ex-husband that he was going to set her up for rape. There we go, y'all. That's who Mary is. So, Steve, if your ass came to me a long time ago and talked to me, I just wanted an apology because it was so deep that you wanted to lie on me and say I'm a co-conspirator and extortionist. And Mary's no better than Margie. I don't even know if Margie would have did no shit like that. But Mary, don't play with me. Go ask your husband. Did I call him and tell him out my own words that you were going to set him up for rape and he better run the other way? He thanked me from the bottom of his heart. So cats, I knew who the fuck Mary was in 2013 and 14. But guess what? It was too late because Steve had already tried to set me up like I was a criminal. Mary lied and told Storm that it never made it to the media. He took every one of my names, a.k.a. Essie Berry, a.k.a. this, a.k.a. trying to make me look like a criminal. So how was Mary? And people knew it. People knew that Mary was not the friend that I was. People knew that, okay? But even though people knew that, it's still, I had to still try to get my name clear, you guys. What was I supposed to do? Just walk around and let Steve Harvey lie and say I was a co-conspirator and I was not a co-conspirator? So Mary's she'll talk about you and then smile in your face. She had some women that she was supposed to go out with. She said, yeah, they don't recognize I'm Mary Harvey, and I used to buy them dinner and take them out. I don't want to deal with none of them hoes and bitches. I said, is that right, Mary? She thought she was too good. I was working in a beauty shop. I lost my beauty shop behind all this. I had to walk away, but Mary swept trash in it, and she thought she was too good to even sweep a dustpan full of hair in my beauty shop. So one day she said these women invited her to something. She said, I'm not going to go. So she swept and came up in the shop, got clean, swept one dustpan of trash. I think I put like $100 in her pocket. She said, I'm finna go. As soon as she got the money, she was gone. She went straight to them same women that she talked about. That's who the fuck Mary Harvey is. So really, I'm known, but look how I protected her. Look how I kept my mouth shut. But you think I looked at Mary the same when I found that she was going to set her husband up for rape? So could you imagine really some of the things she would do to Steve? Now you can't lie about the child abuse. Here's go two of them right here.
That's in black
you
and
can't
white.
lie about that, Steve. But Mary even lied about that. Well, she didn't lie. She just kept her mouth closed. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Mary made sure that I kept protecting her because she knew if I kept, she would win. Mary says she's higher than me. If that's what you think, so be it. I was never trying to be higher than Mary. I was trying to protect her son. But you see how simple-minded she is, that she went to Storm and tried to betray a woman that she didn't have no friends. I came with no money attached. I came with no strings attached. I came with the truth, and I've been blackmailed by Steve Harvey ever since. And everybody shut it up. Everybody just did their own thing. But in the end of it, Wynton to me suffered the most. And I ain't gonna lie, I know I suffered because I had to move, relocate. As Storm said, I had to change my life behind what Steve Harvey did. So to know that Mary got on this platform and tried to manipulate Storm, I have so much respect for you, Mr. Storm, because you didn't let that happen. And neither did Geneva when I went on her platform. You're about the only two bloggers that I know that ain't scared of nothing. And don't nobody give a damn about going to court. Why does somebody care? Why do you got to be threatened about court? Because you know how big somebody else ain't gonna be if we connect with Steve Harvey. So go ahead and do that. And that little ratchet ass thing she sent Storm talking about take down the videos. And then how dare Mary? So you've been shut up for 10 years and you gonna throw something at Storm and me talking about $250 fine, 10 years in jail. How much time is it for a mother who shut up the fuck up for 5 years and then tell that the baby daddy beat her? And an activist had to come and tell that your man, your ex-baby daddy beat your kid. What's up with that? What do you get for that? So do I get any recognition? And do y'all know to this day, Mary has never said, thank you, Essie. I appreciate you. Steve Harvey lied on you. Thank you for standing for my baby. But when I told her I was going to tell about this rape shit, she tried to come back with a new letter. And matter of fact, let's go and put some more of your business out there. Ruth. Good night, John boy, because I'm going to put all y'all asses to sleep. Ruth, didn't you tell me the reason why Mary ain't cool with some of her sisters is because Mary slept with her sister's husband? So how the fuck is she better than Margie? Because y'all spread the coochie around too. So we gonna go tell business since you gonna make me look like a liar, and I got that too. Ruth, you remember you telling me that, right, Ruth? But Ruth is two-faced. Ruth just was there trying to be Mary. Mary said Ruth wanted to be like her. Mary said that Ruth took a picture and cut it out and put, since you're going to run with Mary, and put it in her folder and cut Mary's face off of it. Ruth taped her face to Steve Harvey because she was infatuated with Steve too. Did you know that Mary found that picture, Ruth? If she didn't, that's what she told me. So what we really doing here when we just want to lay the truth out? So Mary, you slept with your sister's husband, but you want to talk about Margie being a hoe. I don't owe you no loyalty because you trying to make me look like I'm not truthful, and I'm the broad that fought for your son. I'm the female that fought and got a police report open because you couldn't get it. I'm the broad that said that Steve beat your kid because you were too busy on the internet. Oh, my Wynton, and oh, and what he did, and Steve knew, and oh my God, you did the same damn thing to Marcia. So stop it. Cancel Steve. Cancel him. Y'all spread this. He should be canceled. Here go 2 police reports of abuse. Why he ain't canceled? Then I got 3 police reports and 2 restraining orders. Why he ain't canceled? Why Mary still jumping on this mic? Mary, maybe you should stay in the hospital and get you some rest now because we finna put your ass to sleep. Don't ever come for somebody like me because I come with receipts. And when I come with receipts, I ain't got a 100% winning rate because I'm dumb. I got a 100% winning rate because I work for God and I tell the truth and it's of justice. So never did I want to do this to Mary, but Mary did it to herself, especially when he called my whole car and you tried to make me look some kind of way. And I can't even wait when Geneva put all the conversations out about what you said. But we got witnesses for all that, Mary. So you already, like she used to tell people, go take a nap. Are you taking a nap since Ruth? Did you take a nap on the way to the hospital? Because you didn't see me in Storm. And you stupid if you sat up here and watched. Because that's your fault if you watched it and knew me and Storm was going to come home. So you can't sue me and Storm, girl. I know the law now. You should have knew I knew the law because I whooped your husband ass. One of the richest men in the world. I busted one of the richest men in the world. And you sit up here trying to come for me. What they do it at? Steve hired all dumb crooks. I'm ghetto, but I know law. I'm ghetto, but I told on your ass. I'm ghetto, but I got receipts behind mine. Y'all all rich folks who eat caviar and whatever else, bonbons and weenies, and y'all all are dumb crooks. That's all I have to say.
Essie, I want to say thank you. Thank you for coming up. I think after today, that's it. We wrapped a bow on this. We put a bow on this.
So no, let me put this out here. I don't think that me and Mary has ever been friends. I think I was Mary's friend, but Mary was never my friend. So right now, today, I don't have to put out no more videos. They all should be up on the investigation. I really don't have nothing else to say about Mary, but I'm telling you, Ruth, go sit your Ruth ass down somewhere. Don't contact Storm no more, because this ain't what you want over here. You said all about your sister, and then now you trying to act like you a guardian. You was the main one that scared, tucked your tail, and didn't say nothing about Mary. Less than 6 months ago, Ruth told me to go somewhere, shut up and sit down, because I shouldn't keep telling Mary business. Bitch, as long as I got a warrant from me that shouldn't be on me in a state I've never been in, I'm going to talk as long as I need to. So if y'all are smart right now, instead of sending me any more paper trying to shut me or Storm up, you'll send me a paper saying, Essie, there's no warrant for you. Please just go the fuck away and leave us alone. And I'll do that. But I'm still going to write my book. I'm finishing that up. But I ain't got to make no more videos because me and Storm just dropped the mic. It's a wrap. And I don't ever want to hear, I don't even want no friends named Mary. If your name Mary, you better change your name to something else. You better call it Carrie, because I don't want nobody even Mary. I ain't representing nobody case named Mary. I don't want nobody named Steve. I don't want nobody named Ricky. I don't want nobody named Bobby, Angela, Margie. I ain't taking nobody with them names. Y'all have a good night.
Woo! You dropped the mic. You dropped the mic. That's it. That's it. I'm trying to think. Should I take some questions? Should I take some people just for a little bit? Nah, I'm not gonna do that. I will read some comments though here briefly. We left that on a good note. I ain't got time for no troll to be coming up. So actually, no. I'll take comments. Yeah. Okay, Camille, if you're still in the chat, here, I'm gonna put the link up. Right now, this is only for Camille. Only for Camille. Only for Camille, if you're still in the chat. Hold up. Camille, if you're still in the chat. We still on now.
So you know they try to.
You say what now? Wait, you say what now?
You know it's too hot for the season, and they try to cut us off. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I can hear you. Oh yeah, I know. Did you click out or did it click you out?
It clicked me out. The shit get too hot, right? That's why they clicked me out. It just went off. I just want to tell everybody, for the people who know me, thank you for believing in me. Storm, thank me for having me on your platform. I am who I am. I'm not going to change that. Whatever somebody think right now is what it is. At this time, Essie Berry getting ready to go on her life. I feel good about myself because I myself feel guilty too, because I kept the child abuse reports. I had these reports for a long time. I thought Mary would tell it. I'm a mandate reporter. How long do you got, Storm, about a child abuse? What? If you don't report child abuse, you will be in jail for 6 months to a year. I sat on these papers and still kept telling people in 2013. Miriam didn't say nothing. So I'm not trying to cover up nothing, because whoever it is, if you do the crime, you do the time. If you come across Essie Berry, you're gonna get dealt with. You're gonna get the smoke. So at the end of the day, Storm, you are one of the best interviewers that I've been with. I ain't been with that many, you know what I'm saying? You're in Geneva. But as far as males, I love you to death. You're gonna make it big somewhere. And let me tell you something. My girlfriend told me that she said that you was talking about get some cosmetic. Don't do that, Storm. You're a little cutie. Baby, you got a whole distinctive look going on with your little sexy self. You better go carry that big Storm Monroe smile all the way into Hollywood. You don't want to sit up and looking deformed and crazy. Can't prove your face, can't be, because they done did something to you. You are fine the way you are, and your personality smokes it all the way. I love you. And my girlfriend said she gonna cry if you change how you look, because you too. And you was a little bit younger. She said she was a little bit younger. She'll rob your cradle. I said, don't be doing that. You can't have him. But that's how cute you are. Don't change who you are. Don't. You too cute for your own good. Do you, Storm? You're nice looking. Bring something different to this platform. And I like how you broke everything down. I really felt like I didn't have to come over here and say anything, because everything I wanted to say, you said it for me. And thank you guys for being Storm subscribers. Thank you for being here. And for the ones who don't like me, that's okay too, because God loves me. And that's all I really know at this time. So God bless you guys. I had fun. Hopefully Mary is okay. I don't have no ill feelings, but never come for a person like me, because it's going to be what it's going to be. Take care, you guys, and God bless y'all.
Good night now.
God bless.
All right. I guess it was meant for her to come back and say that. I thought she had just dropped the mic, but it dropped out apparently. Camille didn't hit the link. I understand if she wasn't able to stick around, but listen, Camille, you're more than welcome to email me. You're more than welcome to DM me on Instagram, and you can tell me your story. Ooh, excuse me. I don't know who Camille is. I have no idea what she's gonna say. So just saying. But we had a damn good show. Baby, we cleared some shit. We cleared some stuff. This was the perfect wrap. I didn't know how I was gonna tie it all up together. I didn't know. The only thing that could make this better is if Wynton come on himself. If Wynton see this and then he comes and talks, that's the only thing that can set this off at this point, or Steve himself. But other than that, that's that. Oh my God. And everybody talking about this plastic surgery. Y'all act like I got the damn appointment booked. Good Lord. I ain't got nothing booked, y'all. Man. Let's see. Wynton and Steve at odds. I just think Steve is just doing him. Put it that way. Can you do a live on Jackie? Yes. Yes. Let's see what else we got. Oh, well, real quick, I had to go get a haircut finally. Y'all, I've been tripping and slacking, so I had to be presentable for today. So I'm happy everything came out okay. Is this godly? We telling the truth. It ain't never bad to tell the truth. Let's see. Looking like 2016 Storm. I wasn't on the internet in 2016. I wasn't on YouTube in 2016, but I know what you mean. You mean 2019? But I know what you mean though. That'd be funny. Sometimes people be like, I've been watching you for 8 years. I haven't been on YouTube for 8 years. It's okay though. Miss Jersey said this was bomb. Leave your damn face. I don't have anything booked. I don't have anything booked. I promise. I can't even afford to take off right now to even go do that. So you ain't got to worry about it. Are you coming back on live tonight? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Years from now, when you on TV or Mother, I will recall this episode discussion. Thank you, Angela. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Shout out to Love Jones. What's up, Love Jones? We need to do that thing too that you texted me about. We gonna do that. I might have to shoot up there so we can knock that out. Let's see. Can you talk about 4 peg video? Oh, good Lord. That's a storm after dark. That's something. Woo. Yes, it's gonna be epic. So true. So Mary is no better than Marjorie, Essie, but she was backing her. So what basically this was about fighting for Wynton, number 1, because Essie is a survivor of child abuse as well. And number 2, once Essie really figured out who Mary was, she was already in too deep. She was already involved in a divorce paperwork and this and that. And it was just like, damn. All Essie wants is her name cleared and the warrant in Texas to be dropped. If they drop that warrant, that active warrant that they have on Essie, then Essie ain't never got to speak his name again. She can go about her business. But as long as a warrant is out in a state that Essie has never been to Texas, she ain't never been there. So what's the point of having a warrant there? Okay, I'm gonna leave that there. We'll come back later because we got more news to get into. Like, comments, yeah, and she is an activist, literally an activist. Like, comment, subscribe. I will catch you all later. Who lives in Texas? Steve has a house in Texas, and Steve had people in Texas at that time when he originally sued Essie. All right, I'll catch you guys later.